Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to day three of the Career Mentorship Virtual Conference. We are super excited to have you with us today for another fantastic session that will take us deep into the world of blockchain and software development. These two fields are driving the future of technology and shaping the digital landscape as we know it. Today is all about understanding how these two game-changing technologies are creating endless opportunities for young innovators like you. Let's talk blockchain first. You may have heard of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but blockchain goes way beyond that. It's all about creating secure, transparent, and decentralized systems that can power everything from finance to healthcare to digital art. It's the backbone of Web 3.0, and it's changing the way we think about trust and ownership in the digital world. Our experts will take you on the journey through what blockchain really is and how it's transforming industries globally. The future of Web 3.0, a new era of the internet where you have more control over your data, identity, and content. Careers in blockchain and how you can get started in this booming field, from becoming a blockchain developer to creating your own cryptocurrency. And that's not all. We are also diving into the exciting world of software development. Every app you use, every website you visit, every game you play, they are all powered by the code. And software developers are the creators behind them. If you've ever been curious about how to build the next big app or want to understand how the digital world works behind the scenes, today's session is for you. We'll explore what it takes to become a software developer. Even if you are just starting out, the skills and tools you will need from coding languages like Python to platforms that make creating software easier than ever. How software development is connected to everything in tech, from AI to blockchain to robotics. Today's sessions will be packed with incredible insight from some of the best minds in the fields. Who will share their stories of how they got started, the challenges they have faced, and their vision for the future. Whether you dream of being a blockchain innovator or the next software superstar, we want to help you get on the path towards making that dream a reality. And don't worry, we've made sure today is interactive. Our speakers are here for you, so make the most of the opportunities to ask questions, engage with the ideas, and start thinking about how you can make your mark in these rapidly growing fields. Let's not forget, this is your time, whether you are curious about blockchain, software development, or you are just figuring out what interests you. We hope today sparks new ideas and open up possibilities for your future. So grab your snacks, settle in, and get ready for an inspiring tech-filled evening. We are about to dive into the world of blockchain and software development, where the possibilities are limitless and the future is yours to create. Let's kick off day three of this incredible conference. We can't wait to see where this journey takes you to. Oh yes, you are welcome. Please, can you hear me? Comment if you can hear me. Kindly comment. Those watching live on YouTube and on Facebook, this live stream is both on YouTube and Facebook. So if you can hear me, kindly drop a comment that you can hear me. Our speaker that will be taking on the future of blockchain and Web3 is none other person than Mr. Datin Phone Akpan. I'm sorry, the name has not been um, clearly displayed on the screen. Okay, please kindly share the link, share the live stream to your friends, share the live stream to your friends. We have more other things to show before the speaker comes up. So please share the live stream, and make sure your friends join in. Share the live stream, please, and make sure your friend joins in. Thank you. Mr. Toby Pelomi would be taking us on the future of software development. I'm sorry for the mistake you see on the screen. Okay, we would first begin on the theme, the future of blockchain, Web3, and DeFi. So let me start out with some ice-breaking question. Please, who knows what DeFi actually mean? Kindly comment in the comment section. What's the full meaning of DeFi? DeFi participants. If you know what DeFi means, kindly type in the comment section the full meaning of DeFi. We would look at what blockchain developers in the field actually earn. So let's watch out. So you don't mean it. Blockchain gaming engineer are earning close to $153,000. That's really great. And this is really why we should pay attention to a domain such as blockchain, Web3, and decentralized finance. So we have our speaker, our guest with us, none other person than that Tim Fon Akpan. He would be talking to us on the future of blockchain. But before we feature our speaker, before we welcome our speaker, we would also like to shout out to our partners who has made this event a success, Codeness Solutions. So after the shout out to our partners, we would welcome our speakers. Oh, good. Franklin, decentralized finance. We are still waiting for response. What's the full form of DeFi? The full form of DeFi. Viewers, kindly respond by comment.
Codanet Solutions specializes in high-quality web development services that bring your ideas to life. Education, and so are we. Our school management system simplifies every aspect of school education, helping schools run smoothly. Education needs streamlined grading. Parents stay informed, students stay, and schools stay organized. And that's whether it's software development, data analytics, or automating your business processes. Codanet Solutions is here to elevate your efficiency and drive results. Transform your vision into reality. Contact Codanet Solutions today, and let's build the future together.
Okay, let's make welcome our speaker for tonight, Mr. Datin Phone Apan. Datin Phone, we are glad to have you join us tonight.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Please confirm that I can hear me. Can you hear me? Uh,
Yes, we can hear you.
all right, all right. I just wanted to be sure.
Please, if you can hear him, kindly comment. If you can hear him clearly, kindly comment.
Yeah, just drop the comments. I want to be sure I can hear you guys. Drop the comment on the comment section. Just drop I can hear you. I'm not seeing the comments. Someone is saying no, I can't. Oh, really? Uh, oh, can you hear me now? Can you
Can
guys
you?
hear me now? I'm speaking louder now. Can you hear me? Please confirm. I wasn't speaking that back then. Please confirm you can hear me. Okay, so I need someone to confirm that from the comment section. I'm still waiting.
Please, we are still waiting for your comment. If you can hear him clearly, kindly respond. Let's know.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, good, perfect, perfect. Thank you very much for confirming that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can see Ogonai Michelle. Yes, I can. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. So, a brief. Let me just introduce myself before I get on to everything. So my name is Datin Fonakwan, and I have been in the blockchain and finance world for about more than half a decade. As a trader, I've been trading for about 6 years now, both forex and crypto trading, and I'm also well grounded in how the blockchain really works. So, well, before I tend to go to explain, how blockchain really works, because most people, when they come in, they totally focus on the money and investing and some other things, but they don't get to know what really is happening under the hood. So, but before then, let's even talk about what, like, what brought about, cryptocurrency coming in, because the blockchain was already in existence before, Bitcoin coming into the system. So, first of all, you need to understand that there was a financial crisis that happened, back then in 2008. We heard about it, but some of us didn't understand. Uh, some of us didn't understand what was really happening. It was a financial crisis, and the thing is, financial crisis always coming. in kind of circles, but we don't want to go into that. So Bitcoin was a solution. Cryptocurrencies were solutions to solve um, this crisis that come in. But then I have to talk about some, the traditional currencies before I come in here, because everything that the crypto and Web3 and blockchain industry is doing is more or less like um, kind of copying something from here and then making it better. So I'll give an example. For example, let's talk about um, money, because although the blockchain is not about only money, but the money
Hello,
part,
sir.
which is the cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Hello,
Can you
Mr.
hear me?
Datinfo. Okay,
Okay.
some comments are reading your voice is low. So please, can we
Oh,
resolve that?
I don't know what. I think it's because of the earpod. Okay, let me see something.
Please be patient. We would resolve that shortly. Viewers, be patient. We would resolve that shortly. And also try to share the link. Share the link. This is actually an amazing session that you wouldn't want to miss. So share the link to your friends. Share the link to your friends. We are talking about the future of software development, the future of blockchain. So kindly share the link, share the link, share the link, and make sure your friends, your parents, different audience should join in to understand what blockchain really means. While we are still waiting for our speaker, we understand that blockchain has made so many persons millionaires, billionaires. So we hope that by the end of this event, you too would be one of them. So let's talk blockchain. Let's ask questions as regarding to blockchain. Please let our conversations be centered to the topic, the theme of this session, which is on the future of blockchain and on the future of software development. Hello, can you hear me from your end? Can you hear me from your end? Ugoma, I'm hearing. Can you hear me? Ugoma, please, if you can hear me, kindly comment. Mr. Dactin phone, unmute your mic, please. Unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me well?
Very well now.
Okay, okay. So I'll try as much as possible to like increase my volume. I think it's because I'm using earpod and I'm using an iOS, so I can't use earpiece. So I'll try as much as possible to increase um my project. So let me continue from where I stopped. So I was talking about the fact that the traditional money before cryptocurrency came into place was already existing, and cryptocurrency just came into, adopt that and then make it better and giving this decentralized nature that you have control over your money. So let's talk about, the normal currency, and then before we talk about the cryptocurrency. So we have the fiat, the physical currency. We have the digital currency, which is more like when you are sending your money to your normal fiat system. But then understand that every digital currency is not a cryptocurrency. So that's why I call it digital currency. So when you are sending money with your fintech app, at that point, that money you're sending is digital currency. But when we talk about cryptocurrency, is the currency that you know is backed by the blockchain. So the same way I wanted to talk about the fact that the same way You can, the same way you do fixed deposits on the traditional this thing, you can also do fixed deposits also in crypto. That is where decentralized finance comes in. That's the real meaning of decentralized finance. Like what it just means is that you don't have that third party stuff is out of the way. Normally, if you want to send money now to, let's say, Canada from Nigeria, or maybe from Kenya, or from any country at all, you have to go through the banking system, which might take much time. But then with cryptocurrency, you can send it in seconds or maybe minutes, depending on the method you use. Especially now that, if you use maybe a centralized exchange, or maybe just using the network, especially with this centralized exchange, you can actually send it in seconds with no fee at all. No matter the amount, it doesn't change anything. The same way with sending the cryptocurrency um, with your wallet address and everything, it will go according to the time like of that network. So I will get deep into it. I like keeping things very simple. So I'll try as much as possible to break it down in a relatable way. So first of all, let's even solve the first problem. You know, what is blockchain, and then what is cryptocurrency? What's a cryptocurrency and what's blockchain? So a lot of people like using those two words the same way, but it's not. Blockchain is not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is not blockchain, but then the cryptocurrency uses the blockchain to function. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to use Bitcoin as a case study to explain how it really works. Just follow me. If you have a question while I'm actually explaining and teaching, do well to write it down, and then I'm going to, answer it at the end of the session. You can start asking the question in the comment section, so everything will be smooth. But just make sure you ask the question. All right, so I'm going to um, I'm going to take it from the internet and then break it down as uh, so. Let's start with what the blockchain is. Let's start with what the blockchain is. So a blockchain is a decentralized ledger. So I'm going to break it down bit by bit. I don't want to just define it. I want you to understand it. I would love you to understand it. So a blockchain is a distributed database or ledger that shared across computer network or nodes. So I'm going to skip all this and use my own language for you to understand better. Now, a blockchain is a decentralized ledger. So let's talk about a ledger. What's a ledger? A ledger is something that you put records of stuff. Let's say you're going to a grocery store. What they used to make records of the customer. That's actually a ledger. So now the blockchain is now a digital ledger. So the purpose of the blockchain was to store data, and storing this data is in an immutable way, meaning once the record has been imputed, it cannot change. That is one of the um, should I say the security part that the cryptocurrency is benefiting from the blockchain. So it's a decentralized ledger that is immutable. Forget about the big grammar, just understand what it really means. So and the blockchain was already existing, like I said. you know, it makes um, that data to be decentralized in the sense that if I impute that data, it cannot be altered, it cannot be erased. For example, for people like there are some people that were in the crypto space like years back. I still remember one of the social media that helped people, especially like me, to break into crypto, to understand crypto was actually Steam. I still remember back then. So Steam was like Steam it rather was like a social media that you make content, and then when people like your content, you get to in tokens from it. Now, when you post on that social media, because the social media was using a blockchain, what happened was those your posts cannot be deleted out of the blockchain. It will be stored there. The post I did since 2018 or 2017, they are still there till today. If I send you the link, you'll be able to access it. And you'll be able to see the time that I see the time that was please, I'm sorry, just give me 1 minute. I have a little distraction. Sorry guys.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think you, I think Mr. Datinphone is trying to establish an understanding around blockchain, and I have a whole lot of questions for Mr. Datinphone. I have a lot of questions, especially, I started by sharing with us what blockchain developers hand, and it's something we need to break through, especially the foundational level of understanding what blockchain really means. So,
All right. I'm back.
Mr. Datifon,
Can
I
you hear
have
me?
a lot of questions for you.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Okay. So, is it possible I can just finish and then take the questions one by one at the end?
Okay,
I think
yes,
that would be better.
yes.
Yeah. Let me
Okay,
just
sir.
finish and then yeah, I do the question. So, so I was talking about the fact that I had a social media. Back to my story now. I had a social media I was posting. So when social media was when I was posting, the record of the post is still there. Meaning, when you deploy, the moment you register that information in this digital ledger, which is the blockchain, which the social media was using, it cannot be altered. You cannot change. You cannot edit it. Once you post it, that's the end. You cannot edit it. So that is the secure part of it. And then the reason why they call it blockchain is because by the time I'm going to explain how Bitcoin transaction it happens, you get to understand why they really call it blockchain. Because especially for people who are developers, they will relate to this thing much better. Now, um, but it doesn't mean you can't understand. So don't don't get it wrong. So the new record takes its um, it takes its before the record can pass smoothly, it has to take its um, calculation. Okay, I don't want to go deep until when I talk about Bitcoin. So it will take like before the new record is deployed. Let me put it that way. It will already take the old record, and before the next one comes in, so they are connected to each other. You cannot alter the information like this information, and then without without altering the other ones, it will not go through. So the chain will break. So every information is linked to the other one. Everything is you see the timestamp, everything. I wish I had set up my system. I would have shared an example of the blockchain for you guys, but I'm really sorry. I did not log in my StreamYard over my PC, but I think I might do that when the question is going on. So so that's how it is. That's all about the blockchain. Now, the cryptocurrency uses the blockchain technology to register the transaction. So I want to send you Bitcoin. When I send you Bitcoin, it gets kept like it gets registered on the blockchain, which anybody that has access to the computer can open and go to the block explorer and see the transactions that are going on everywhere in the world. So if I send someone, for example, I send you 10 BTC right now, and if I copy the transaction hash and send to anybody on the in the world, the person can be able to see the transaction, see the time I sent it. So that way, transparency, this decentralization happens. So let me fast forward so that I don't want to waste much time to talk about how transaction happens on the Bitcoin network, because Bitcoin is like the mother of them all. Any other cryptocurrency just borrows the idea from Bitcoin network. Now, so Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency and also is a blockchain. It's a type of blockchain. So that's one thing you need to understand. So Now, the I want to send, okay, Mr. A want to send Bitcoin to Mr. B. So I'm going to use this illustration to explain a lot of things. So please just try and catch up with me. I want to be a little bit faster so I can touch what is very, very necessary. Now, I want to send you Bitcoin. I want to send you two BTC. So I open my wallet, whichever wallet. I meanwhile understand that there are different types of wallet. There are custodian wallets and non-custodian wallet. There are also how do you call it? Other wallets that are like flash, like that you can hold physically. But most of them will always have things like private keys, and then you have your public key, which is more like your address that you send to the person. So you what you will do is you're going to send me an address. Now that address, remember what I said originally, that the crypto currency or the blockchain is copying the cryptocurrency, for example, Web3 and everything, is copying from the traditional, system. So your wallet address is more like if you go to the normal system, your account number. So the wallet address is like your account number. So when you send it to me, I now put it on my wallet and I click on send. So I'm trying to explain what happens under the hood when I send you, let's say, two BTC from me, Mr. A, to Mr. B. So once I click send, what will happen is the transaction is going to be registered on the blockchain, which is a decentralized ledger. And remember, it's immutable. The moment I put it, I cannot alter it. Once I click send, I cannot reverse what I'm doing. Now, what happens I want to tell you what happens because now what will be coming through your mind if for someone that doesn't understand blockchain is okay, when I say who is the person that will actually really check if we are not cheating ourselves and everything. Everything happens automatically. The creator of the Bitcoin and Bitcoin network, Satoshi Nakamoto, which you guys should have heard of it. The name is very popular, and now it's different. We have a lot of content on the crypto. Uh, Way back, it didn't used to be that this way. We have a lot of content everywhere that actually explains this thing. So it's actually very easy. So as I'm actually explaining, maybe there's something that I you don't understand because most times the blockchain has some huge, big grammar, especially if you're not a computer scientist, it might sound somehow, you know, um, so we are getting there. So just make sure you write them down. Just make sure you write them down so you could revisit and get to understand. Now, so I was talking about how the transaction is validated because the transaction has to be validated. In your traditional system, if I send you, I want to send you, let's say, 100,000 naira, 1 million naira, your bank stays as a third party to validate that, oh, you are the one initiating this thing. And then after they do that, they will now process the money to whoever you're sending it to. The same way here, it's just that in this one, the blockchain does the thing simultaneously, like it does it like automatically. So that it removes um that human fraud that could come in the middle. So, but then we have validators that will confirm this, and we have two ways of majorly two types of validating transaction. They call it consensus algorithm. Like I said, it might sound like a big grammar, but it's a very simple thing. Don't worry about anything. Now, a consensus algorithm. Now, I like saying many times when I teach my students in my community everywhere. What um if you um if you want to understand a word, the meaning of a word is the meaning of a word. So let's break it down. Consensus algorithm. What's the meaning of consensus? So let's remove the con. What's the meaning of census? It means everybody, will have to agree. So I think I can infer consensus actually means, everybody agreeing on a thing. Algorithm has to do with mathematics, has to do with mathematical formula. So consensus algorithm, in simple terms, for you to understand, is that what in simple terms is the formula. for a new transaction to be verified. The mathematical formula, the puzzle, that, that's just what it means. So there are two types. We have proof of work, which Bitcoin uses, and proof of stake, which Ethereum uses now, BNB, and every other thing. There are other new, like delegated proof of stake and some other, but all of them will fall under these two. It's either it's proof of work or proof of stake. But lately, the proof of stake is now more used. Most cryptocurrencies uses proof of stake these days. Most of them. Now, back to our story. The transaction is deployed. Now, what happens is the transaction has to be validated by the validator. Who is the validator? The validator is more like the miner. I'm sure you've heard of mining before. So the miner, not like it's the person that's going to do it. The person will buy a mining machine, for example, which is a very high-tech computer, like, and people mine is they have like mining rigs, they're in big rooms, they stack those computer. Now, what does the computer do? The computer actually decodes the formula for a new transaction to, be um, approved. Now, the blockchain actually uses something called the hash function, which was already even in existence even before crypto came into place. Now, it's like this hashing function automatically, you know, changes. It depends on the blockchain, but let's stay with Bitcoin network. Now, what happens is I will give an illustration. I'm not going to give you the exact details of what the formula really is because obviously even the human brain will take time for it to be able to decipher that formula. That is why the need of the machine. The machine actually decodes the formula for the new transaction to happen. So the moment now remember what happened is that there are a lot of validators all over the world, different mining rigs, mostly billionaires are the ones doing it. People like Bill Gates have a mining rig, Elon Musk and all of them. They do have mining rigs. So when you say the validator, it's more like not the person but the machine, but it's owned by someone. So it will decode the formula. So maybe for a new transaction to, I'm just giving an illustration, for a new transaction to be verified, what happens is, okay, it might be, okay, 2 plus, okay, the value of the last transaction plus 2 minus 5 times 5 with the square root of, I'm just giving an instance, I'm just saying. Now, what happens is this calculation, if you want to, even if you're a mathematician, if you want to do it, it might take you a long time. Maybe it might take you 2 days to actually solve the calculation. So what happens is, the machine will do the work. Now, before my Bitcoin moves from me, Mr. A, to Mr. B, the validators have to approve. Now, what happens is 21 validators have to actually approve, with the first validator actually, getting the block reward. This is what we call the block reward. So this block reward is more like, so everything I'm saying now is focused on Bitcoin. So other blockchain might have some little small tweak to it, but the idea is the same. So what happens is the first validator will actually get the block reward. When I can't hear you at all, maybe it's from your network. Please, host, can you confirm that you can hear me? Can you
I
confirm,
can hear you
please?
from my end.
Okay, then that means
Okay.
it's not from here.
I
It's
I
maybe it's
think
from the person's network.
okay. Others
Yeah,
are
it's
saying
maybe
they
from the
can hear
person's
you.
network. Yeah, it's from the person's network. I wanted to be sure. All right. So what happens is the first validator will actually approve the transaction and you will now give what the block reward. Now, after the first validator actually deciphers this algorithm to approving the next transaction, what really happens is another 20 validators have to approve. They have to approve. They have to approve. Sorry. So they have to approve um, this like they have to verify that okay, this is the algorithm that is correct. Once it's up to 21 people, what will happen is the Bitcoin will now leave my wallet to the second person's wallet. But another thing to understand is that we have a limited supply of Bitcoin, which is 21 Bitcoin. As I'm speaking to you right now, I think about 19 million, I mean 20 million has already been mined. Let me explain what it really means. Now, remember that the first validator gets this block reward. Now, what really happens is that, you know, the block reward comes out from the total supply from the blockchain, and it's being given automatically to the validators. That's how new Bitcoin is being produced into the system, into circulation. So it gets coming in like that until we will exhaust the 21 million. I don't really know what will happen for now. But another thing you need to understand is that on the back way back years back, as at 2009, the first block reward was about 50 BTC, and then it got slashed. So it gets slashed every four years. That is what you actually, I'm sure you guys have heard about it before. That's what you actually hear and say, oh, Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin halving. And the last Bitcoin halving actually happened this year. I think it should be March, so I can't remember. March 20th. I know it was the 20th, but I can't remember the exact date. But you could Google it and you get the exact date. So the last one happened this year, and currently I think we should be at 3 point something BTC as the block reward. So it was 50 BTC. After after 4 years, it became 25. After another 4 years, it became 13. After around 4 years, it became 6. And then I think this is the last one that is now 3. Not the last one. So another 4 years, that 3 point something will be slashed again. It will keep being slashed like that. And from statistics, they're actually saying that it will take about 100 years for the remaining about 1 million BTC to be mined into the system, meaning there's a bigger chance all of us will be gone from the earth and Bitcoin will not finish mining. That is actually a good thing. Let me tell you how it's a good thing. If you understand the law of supply and demand, you understand that when something is in limited supply and then demand keeps increasing, the prices will go up. So every 4 years, you will always see Bitcoin doubling the price, at least double or even more than. You could check 4 years back, you know, and Bitcoin actually have circles. So I think with this, I'll be able to explain like on the basic level how Bitcoin network works. So remember, I said there is proof of work and proof of stake, which is the method in which cryptocurrency is being validated. For in on the area of the proof of stake is, I won't go into that so that we not waste so much time. So that I can talk about
Oh,
other
thank
things.
you. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr.
Yes,
Datingphone?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What you've said is really quite amazing, very, very amazing. And it's something only intellectuals and those who have done their research would really understand. And I also believe that our audience, majority of our audience are people within the age range of SS1 to SS3. And also we believe we have also parents that are joining in to know why they should embrace blockchain technology, and we have teachers as well as our audience which have come in to also understand things about blockchain and why they should embrace blockchain. So far everything you've said, the grammar is too much that I deem it that blockchain is actually a field that only intellectuals should go into. So, what's your say on this? Is this something that only intellectuals, people that, we have diverse audience. We have diverse
uh,
audience. So,
yeah, yeah.
how do we help
Okay.
this diverse
So
audience to embrace blockchain?
yeah. So I'm so happy that you're asking the question. As a matter of fact, the truth of the matter is that blockchain is one of the most difficult things to explain in this life, because there is no way it can go so down too much. But I've tried my best in my own knowledge. But then the truth of the matter is, I don't think anybody from that is at least out of that is actually at least in secondary school should be able to understand the blockchain. Yes, anybody that is
Okay,
at least in
let
secondary
me
school.
let me can I make my question more simpler? Let me ask
Okay.
it this way. Like, what is the basic skill a student can learn at least to give them this foundation in blockchain? A basic skill, at least they should learn, preparing their mind to dive into blockchain, because
Okay.
blockchain is actually a super field. It's something, this is where the bag is, this is where the money is. And everyone really wants to embrace blockchain because there is serious money in it. So what basic skills can students at least start building to at least solidify their foundation to um, go into blockchain?
All right. Thank you for the question. So that was even the part I actually wanted to go into. So, but understanding how the blockchain works was the first thing, because if you skip this part and go forward, eh, you will still come back here. Yeah, so that's just the truth. So, but then how like there are other there are things that someone could actually do to break into the blockchain space. But I always advise that the first thing you need to know to is able to understand these basics. That's why I would really
the
love,
first thing
for mm, yeah,
the first thing is for students to understand how
yeah,
blockchain works, right? Okay, are
yes,
there
yes.
sources that students can actually explore to understand how blockchain works? Are there sources
Okay.
you can recommend for students?
Yes, yes. So this one is actually for developers. I'm actually taking the course myself. It's one of the best, developer course right now. And I think the other guys that the developer might know it also. So there's a particular
Okay, a
this thing.
developer course.
Yes, but now what? So it's a developer course, but then the first part of the course actually covers how the blockchain really works. Like it's up to date. Like it came out this 2024. So this one is more up to date to what happened, and it also teaches how to actually interact with the blockchain. It breaks down everything, and it's in simple ways. It breaks down very easy. I think anybody can be able to understand it. So it's not
Okay,
so
okay,
it's yeah, it's a full course, but it's broken down to blockchain basics, and then it goes to
okay,
solidity and the rest. Yeah. So I think that
beautiful.
first part of the course is something that everybody should actually go into to learn. Once you take the first course, which is the blockchain basics, and then you leave the other one, the other ones is for just someone that wants to go into the development part. And the name of the course is
Oh,
actually, if you search on Google, we just search updraft, updraft, just search updraft. Maybe you can add Web3 on the search engine, and it will come out. You're going to see. Let me be sure of the exact
please,
name.
can you type the name for us?
Okay, so what I will do is I will I will drop the link on this on the comments. I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
Can you open your
Yeah.
PC microphone? It seems your PC microphone is clearer.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not even logged in actually. Okay, so I dropped it to you on your inbox, so you can press it. I actually dropped it to you on your inbox on WhatsApp. You can actually
Okay,
see it
that
there.
means
Yeah.
I will share it how
Yeah.
updraft.cframe.io. I will type it in the comment section. Okay, now,
Yes.
so you've
Yes.
mentioned
I have
about
another one.
solid.
Another one, yeah,
Okay,
another one is decade.org. It's also still a developer. Most developing course actually teach the blockchain first before. So if you get a good course, you'll be able to see that. But I would recommend this one I gave you, and maybe a second decade.com, like decade, normal decade.org. I think that's the website,
oh,
decade.org. If you go into you see you would see a blockchain basic course that was actually taught years back. So it's basic. And you will see a video that will be referred to you. The current sake even the current SEC means Security and Exchange Commission of US, Gensler was actually even the one teaching. At that time, he was not the SEC um, president, the governor in US. He was the one teaching back then. So those videos are so they will link you to different videos and they break down everything. It's still simple too. So I think that's the first place someone should start with. Then after that, another thing you could do is you know, is to have learn different digital skills, ranging from the normal skill you would have learned outside blockchain. If you learn them and then you go into the blockchain space with them, you are going to make a lot of money from it. Ranging from video editing, graphic design, content creation, social media management, even simple things like being
Oh,
maybe an
beautiful.
ambassador or stuff like that. There are a lot of
Beautiful.
things that, yeah.
You've mentioned
Every,
a point
okay,
there, like the video editing. So can you stress on that? How do blockchain? How can someone make money in the blockchain ecosystem as a video editor? This is really really
so
interesting now.
yeah, so as a video editor, in short, I think they are very, very on high demand because when it comes to video editing, in every field apart from the blockchain space, you will be very, very relevant. You'll be very relevant. You know, like
Okay, where can we
for instance,
find these job opportunities for video editors? Can
okay,
you
I
hear
think
me?
the thing is, yeah, I can hear you. The thing is, one thing about Web3 um, jobs is that if you want to follow more of the route of going to the Web3 job website to get the job, it might be fruitless. I'll tell you a simple way you can get jobs. One of the ways you can get jobs in the crypto space easily and faster is by being active in the community. There are a lot of communities in the Web3 space. I own a community myself. There are a lot of communities. For example, the people who are actually, oh my God.
Evening, everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. I think I was using my Jane and I think my neighbor off the Jane because there was lights and it's fine. Okay, so now, as I was saying, there is a lot of jobs opportunity. We were talking about video editing. As a video editor, every single crypto project actually need a video editor. Every single this thing, and then they might need you for simple. This one is even the simplest one to do like simple short video memes, for example. Those are the smaller things that you can do. And the way you can get this job is follow more of the internship part, volunteering part. Yeah. If you follow more of volunteering, you know, maybe reach out, connect with the crypto space, the Web3 space is one of the easiest way for you to interact to the big players. It's very, very easy to communicate with them. If you just need to
Oh,
you know, be active on, for example, this is one of the ways. It's just that this one doesn't have a feedback easily. I didn't mean it was in a platform like, let's say, Telegram, where people can just unmute their mic and say something. So Web3 like Discord and stuff like that. Speaking of Discord, it just got to my mind now. You can also be a Discord moderator or someone that sets up Discord. I'll give you one
beautiful. Please, I have a
example.
question. I have a question. Please, what are the roles of a moderator in the Web3 space? Because we are considering the careers in Web3 now. We
Okay.
believe so. Well, these students actually, as soon as they're done with their school, with secondary school, one of the key things they actually go into is looking for money, especially in Nigeria today. So, what practical steps would you advise? Like, what are the roles of a moderator in the Web3
Okay,
space?
so a moderator actually, yeah, that a moderator actually, handles the community in either maybe Telegram or Discord. They have events, or maybe they are doing stuff, there's an update. It's just like, you
Okay,
know,
like a community manager, you mean?
yeah, yeah. The thing is, the job of a moderator is covers a community manager too. A community
Okay,
manager sometimes works like a what's it called, a moderator. So those two are almost the same. So let's say when I'm talking about moderator, I'm still talking about a community manager. Yeah, let me just say
beautiful.
that. But
So, like,
but
how much do these ones earn? How much are they
okay,
likely
so
to earn as a moderator
the
in
how much they are
dollars
likely to
or in
earn
naira?
in dollars is it range between, on an average, from what I have actually experienced, it range between $100 to $2,000.
And
Yeah,
that is
no,
huge.
$5,000 actually. There are some people, but before you get to that stage of getting like $5,000, it means you have an extra, like an extra. Maybe you are an influencer, or you are maybe someone like me that has a community. So you have an extra thing that you're giving to the community. Or maybe, for example, like me, I am a trader also. I'm a trader. I know fundamental analysis and technical analysis very well. I understand macroeconomics very well. So if I should, you know, be a moderator or a community manager or whatever in a particular project, I will be adding this my extra skills with it. So it might tend to make the project owner to pay me more. So all those things, and having good knowledge about how the blockchain works, and explaining and showing people how to actually interact in this particular project, can be an extra thing. But on a default, I don't think you'll be able to get anything less than $100. And we are coming
That is
to
really
the
great.
yeah.
That is
So we
really
are coming
great.
to yeah.
That is
So let me just add one thing. We are going to that phase where jobs will be very, very available. So even people who are even in secondary school get job, this kind of job I'm talking about. So it's not limited at all. I'm young, I cannot do. All you just need to do is to connect with people who are doing that already. So you can get jobs like that. Let me even talk about the simple one that someone in secondary school can do and have easily. There are people that they call chatters on the Discord, that all they do is to generate engagement. They pay them ranging from $10 to $50 weekly. Yes, $10 to
that's
fifty
ten
dollar
dollar to
weekly.
$50 weekly. So which
Weekly,
communities?
yes.
Because we want to know example of the communities that are actually doing this. In case these ones want to explore such opportunities.
Okay. For so jobs like this last one I just said, actually comes in season, and this is actually the season, so it has not really started fully. There's what we call the bull run, which happens once in every 4 years, and it happens after the Bitcoin halving, which I explained. And the Bitcoin halving has happened already. So between now and ending of 2025, those kind of jobs will be available. Yeah, because more crypto projects want to be marketing their projects. So jobs will even be more than people who are even available to do the jobs.
That's beautiful. I believe these ideas you've shared so far. How about graphics designers? Now you are making it simple to everyone. Now, by everything you've said so far, you are making it simple so far. Now we know that a video editor has a role to play even in the blockchain space. Also has a
Mm,
career in the blockchain
yeah,
space. How about graphics designers? I believe graphics designers have a career in the blockchain
yeah,
space. Social media managers, they have a career in the blockchain space. So from all of these skills now, because we are looking at least helping the young minds that are with us today to really take full grasp of this opportunity. You have a company GitHub Academy,
I
right?
have lost you. I don't know if it's my network.
Please, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Those that can hear me, respond on the chat, please. If you can hear me, respond, please.
I don't know. I've lost him. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know if it's
Ca-
on my
Can you
network.
hear me now?
You can just let me know on the chat section.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, please, I'm sorry. Mr. Toby, please get ready, get ready. Okay. Um, Okay, from what I was saying, I said what you've discussed so far has really made opportunity open for video content creators, social media managers, graphics designers, and all of these roles. And this is really, really something that these young minds really want to know. So I was like
Yeah.
asking at the initial, where like exact communities that are doing this. It seems you said these things are in seasons, and it comes especially when there would be a bull run, right? So when
Yes.
should we expect a bull run?
Yes. Yes. And I would say it has started. It has started already. I would say it has started already. Like,
Oh, beautiful. So where can we find
yeah.
these opportunities? Where can social media managers find opportunities to grab a career in blockchain? And where can video editors, all of these skills we've mentioned, where can they find it?
Oh, okay.
Like
So,
if you have a name, we would embrace that too. Like the names of the places they
okay.
can find, the
So,
names of the communities they can find these opportunities.
oh, okay. So, there are many communities. So, but I would say for people who want to like catch up, fast, I would actually, refer them to come to my community. Then from there, because I actually do this in my community like very regular. You could just search for Give Up Academy on Telegram. You'll see it, and then you just join. And then when you come up live, you'll be able to get to, interact with me. But apart from that, I think one of the simplest way, I'll give you a very fast and simplest way you can catch up with things like this. Number one, please make sure, for people who are listening, please make sure you write these things I'm going to say down. Number one, you have to actively engage in what is called content marketing. You have to constantly write about, you know,
Oh,
the
please, you
people
mentioned
who are
something
important.
content marketing. You mentioned
Yes,
something content
content marketing.
marketing.
Yes,
Okay,
content
I'm writing
marketing
it down.
the fast is the fastest way you could be able to make people who needs your services to, for example, let me explain what happens in content. So what happens in content marketing is that you're just talking about what you do on the internet. It's one of the fastest and easiest and more reliable ways of marketing generally. So, for example, like me, I'm a trader. If I got a job this year just because of content, I did not apply for the job. I use content marketing. And the two places I would advise you to do the content marketing, two platforms. Number one, Twitter, and number two, LinkedIn. Those are the two places you should focus more on. You can still do
Beautiful.
TikTok, but most likely these two places, like the job I had this year, uh, no, that was last year. It was from LinkedIn. Now in LinkedIn, we have more serious people in LinkedIn, people who wants to give you this job, but you have to post about what you can do, which is the content marketing. So I used to post, I give prediction about the market that, for example, that, I'm expecting, I used to post, for example, I talked about the fact that, you know, Bitcoin halving needs to happen, the ETF needs to be approved, and the central bank in US needs to do um, turn to a certain type of monetary policy before the Bitcoin happens. And then I post my analysis, I put charts, and now I'm even posting about my my learning journey as a developer because I'm going into learning it. So you have to put out what you're doing. Now, there's a lot of things that always happen to people. They want to do it when they are now perfect. I'm sorry, there will never be a time that you're not perfect. Whatever you know, show what you can do. Keep posting about it. There are some recruiters that can want to tell you, okay, while learning, I will be paying so amount, be doing this and this.
Oh,
It's all
beautiful.
about
So
content.
your emphasis on content marketing means showcasing what you are doing, like the little things you are doing, the little progress you are making. You
Yeah.
should show it. That is really beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think
Yeah.
we'll be making this question like the question and answer period would be merging with software development, the future of software development. So, because of time, we would also want the next speaker to come on board and actually talk to us. So, let's make welcome Mr. Toby. Mr. Toby, you are welcome. Mr. Toby,
Thank
can you
you.
hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Yeah. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are. Please, let's hear response from those on viewers, our viewers. Please, can you hear
All right.
our
Can you
speaker,
hear
Mr.
me?
Toby? Yes, we can.
All right. That makes sense. Give me a sec. Just trying to. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. And my name is Oluwatobiloba Oluwapelumi Abib. I am here to talk on the future of software development. So, before I delve into the future of software development, I'll give you uh, a quick intro of myself and uh, my experience in the software development field and some key points we'll be talking about today. So, I'll be speaking about three major section of software development. I'll be talking about AI and machine learning, data security, and of course, uh, global data accessibilities. So, first off, like I said before, my name is Pelumi Abib. I'm a software developer. Yeah, sometimes I'm a back-end developer, sometimes I'm front-end, sometimes I'm full stack, and sometimes only a few times I've been an AI developer. Yeah, so I've worked with several companies, yeah, mostly in Lagos State, and I currently work with a company in Finland. Yeah, so all right, let's delve into our topic for today, which is software development, the future of software development. I hope everybody can hear me. Please signify and let me know
Yes,
if
I
you
can hear
can.
you from my.
All right. So, no, so let's go into um, the future of software development. And the first topic I'll be talking about is artificial intelligence and automation. So, you you have mostly heard about what software development is. I'll just give it to you. Simply is developing softwares. You having that ability to develop a software. And let me tell you, if you can write a code that displays, or yeah, I'm going to use a general term now. If you can write a code that displays hello world, no, in JavaScript it's console.log, in PHP it is echo. I don't know. I think Python is print also. I'm not familiar with Python. I'm familiar with. I'm not just familiar. I I am I'm grounded in JavaScript and PHP. So I would be using JavaScript and PHP as my uh, code samples. I'll be making a lot of reference to JavaScript and PHP. So yeah, if you can write a program that displays hello world, you've built a software. Yeah, you've built a software, but yeah, your what can your software do? Your software can echo hello world. It can display hello world. Yeah, and we have other softwares out there. We have millions and millions of software out there. Facebook is an example. Twitter is an example now. X, um, Instagram, your Microsoft 365 Office is an example of. They are all examples of softwares. All right, and let me tell you one thing tonight. They all started with a single line of code. What you're seeing, this platform we are using right now, YouTube, was once a single line of code. It started with a single line of code, and then it increased over time subsequently. So yeah, we'll be delving into AI, artificial intelligence, and automation. So yeah, we have to understand that as a software developer or as an aspiring software developer, you need to know that you have to adopt the use of artificial intelligence. You have to adopt the use of artificial intelligence, and uh, you need to take it as something that should be uh, an essential part of your career. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, artificial intelligence was almost a myth. It was looking like, oh, no, 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 it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But now, I have to tell you for a fact, people are still finding it hard to adopt to the use of artificial intelligence. I know a number of people that will tell you, see, we are not going to use ChatGPT. We are not going to use Gemini. We are not going to use focusing this Microsoft AI. Yeah, we are not going to use it. We are not going to use any of that. We are just going to do what we have to do by ourselves. Please, if you're here in this session tonight, adopt it. All right, start using it as soon as you can. Get used to it. Know how to prompt the AI because it's the future. All right, it's the future. I'm going to talk a little bit about how it's going to be in the future. But yeah, that's it. That will be coming from my own personal experience. So yeah, and as a software developer, you need to delve into it. You need to get familiar with TensorFlow. All right. If you're a Python developer, start using TensorFlow. Sign up for courses, learn about TensorFlow. And if you're a JavaScript developer, get familiar with TensorFlow JS. That is what I'm currently doing. I signed up for a course, and yeah, I'm taking it. I'm trying my best uh, to learn things from the course, and of course, um, I'm planning on using Python because it was written in C sharp. TensorFlow was written in C sharp, and it is fully operational on Python programming language. But a fraction of it, TensorFlow.js, works, but it cannot be built on the operating system. That's too much technical terms, but yeah, I'll get back to that later. So, if you're aspiring to be a software developer, you need to look at the AI. Yeah, you need to consider that. Yeah, you need to give it a big consideration. So, with that, Yeah, we as one thing I'm talking about the second point now, which is data privacy, and data privacy and ethical coding. So I'll be speaking mostly about the data privacy and how I will explain to us how important it is when you are creating your software. So yeah, data privacy. What is data privacy? Imagine someone signs up on our platform. Let's say we create. Let's say we have a platform that takes users' home address, users' full name, their DOB, their date of birth, and other informations. Yeah, they come onto our platform, sign up, and then we sell their data to other company. The the user can sue us for breaching their data, for selling their data to the general public. All right. So, and we have to take into consideration the security that protects these data. All right. So, I'll give you some few insights on what it looks like. Let's go. Uh, Data privacy. When you are building your software, you have to take into consideration how it's being done, what are the measures in place to protect the information that that are being stored in the database. All right, you don't just take this information and just drop it in the database. Or a framework like Laravel, for example, Laravel is a PHP framework. Uh, Laravel takes care of all the information you of all the security protocols, all right? But then you still have to use best practices, all right? You still have to make sure you protect the data that are coming into your system, all right? So what are those things I do? They are more technical terms, like I said, XX. We have XXS. We have data filtering. Data filtering is when you remove unwanted inputs from the data that are coming in from the user inputs. Let's say, for example, sometimes hackers input some characters into your system because what they are trying to do is they are trying to penetrate into your database. So there's a way we filter it as a backend developer. There's a way we make sure that these data are being filtered before they go into our system. And there's something they call rate limiter. Yeah, there are rate limiter. It comes in handy in Node.js, but in PHP you might have to like write some few codes. All right, so you limit the rate at which a user access your platform. You know, for example, let's say a request was made to get a picture from your backend code, and the picture keeps coming in over and over. Let's say the user makes let's say 16 requests in a minute. It doesn't make sense. All right, it doesn't make sense. No user would make such requests. All right, so you can limit it to like five requests per minute. So that limits the rate at which hacker make attempt or hacker attempts to penetrate your database or your system. So you have to take into consideration the security measures, right? Because they are very paramount. Uh, they are very paramount uh, on user experience. That's number one. It is also important to know that the soul of the business is partly based on the amount of data they have and how secured the data is. All right. So I'm going to move to the last point here. I'm going to move to the last point, which is the accessibility. All right. This one goes to the. Hello, can everyone hear me? Am I connected?
Definitely, definitely. I'm preparing questions for you, sir.
All right, all right. So yeah, uh, okay. I was talking about the accessibility. Yeah. So when you're building platforms, when you're creating ideas, you have to know that the world is now a global village. All right, the world is a global village, and from the user interface and the user experience team to the backend, the development team, and the front end development team, the marketing team, the uh, the business relation team, all have to put into consideration the accessibility of the platform. All right, because of course it improves the services the company offers. I'm not going to talk mostly about the business part, which deals with the transactions, the what's it called now, the profits. Yeah, I know that's what most business owners consider, but we are in the software development team, so we'll talk about what matters to us. All right. So when you think about it, that someone in the US is going to use the platform you're building, then you start taking into consideration so many best practices. All right. Or if you just imagine it that someone from someone from the UK is going to review my code, then you put into consideration the best practices, all right? And you make sure that whatever you do, you make it look presentable. Okay, I'm going to share my own personal experience on that note. Um, yeah, just recently I worked on a project called MCM Studio. It's a studio project, all right? So what I did, well, I wasn't satisfied with what the um, UI team did. So, but I didn't complain too much. I told them some few things they can change on the project. They did, but I wasn't still satisfied. So I took it into my hands. I took it into my hands and I built the platform. Added so many things. You know, as a software developer, we are not really creative when it comes to, maintaining the font size, the div position, and all that. So I made sure that okay, this platform is good enough, it is presentable enough for anybody in the world to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to sign up on that platform. Yeah, I'm going to do something on that platform. All right. So this is one thing I will beg everyone. If you're building anything, consider it that the world is now a global village. All right, anybody can access your platform from anywhere. All right. We worked on a project called Jobs Lounge. So far, we've we've had users from 8 countries in Africa. We've had users from Alaska, USA, from the United States of America. We've had users from India and United Kingdom. All right. This is a platform that was built for Nigerians, for Nigerian job seekers. All right. So put that into consideration when you're building your platform. Thank you for listening to this session tonight. I didn't plan to take this.
Mr. Toby,
Yeah.
Mr. Toby, can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me from your end?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you so much. You mentioned earlier about, yes, I can hear you very clearly. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You mentioned
Okay.
earlier about artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I did.
Let's understand. Can you, because we are talking about the future, the theme of our conference is actually on the future of software development, where we would also look at the careers that would actually be relevant. And you mentioned artificial intelligence. So, as a software developer, we yesterday we talked about robotics. As a software developer, um, what's the future? Like, let's just deliberate more on the future careers that a software developer, an aspiring software developer, should prepare themselves for.
Okay. Um, okay. All right. Let's bring it out to our country level now. All right. Let's leave out what I said earlier, but don't eradicate the ideas. Yeah, they are good. But okay, now let's talk about the software development processes in Nigeria. All right. So, well, one thing I did earlier in my career uh, is I started writing a lot of codes. You get, I started writing a lot of codes. If I don't know how to implement some of them, I'll copy it from Stack Overflow and push it inside my code. I just want something to work, and I want it to work as soon as possible. I was all about getting things done. All right. There was nothing like best practices, nothing like that. But later in my career, I realized that it is very, very important to learn. All right. It is very important to learn. Even see, if you're going to read about a bug, make sure you don't have to read everything. I'm not telling you tonight to read everything, but just try to read something. Just try to learn something new. Don't just take someone's code and put it in your code directly. Learn about it. All right? Just learn
Okay.
about it. Learn, Mr. Anthony, so sorry. Learn and implement. Okay?
Okay,
Hello,
you're
Mr.
talking about best practices in this case now. So, do you
Yeah.
mean if we are writing codes, we should write these codes on our own? Is that what you mean by best practices?
All right. Okay.
Like writing it without copying it from elsewhere?
Oh, okay. We all copy codes. It's a fact. It's a known fact. I'm not the first person to write code in this world. We all copy code. Right? Don't be shy about it. Don't feel less of a developer. Other developers copy codes. That's how we learn and grow. That's one of the ways to learn and grow in the software development field. So now, okay, Mr. Anthony, so thank you so much for that question. I'm going to buttress more on that point quickly. And yeah, what I mean by best practices is you have to take into consideration the algorithm you're using. Algorithm, what is algorithm? Algorithm is a step-by-step process of how you solve a problem. In this case, of how you write your code and implement them. All right. So now, what I mean by best practices is when you're supposed to use a switch statement, for example, do not use if statements. Avoid the use of nested if statements, right? Let's say, for example, I don't know uh, how. Okay, I will just use the technical terms here. If you have any if you're not clear about what I'm saying, just let me know quickly so I can bring it down a little bit. So now, what do
I
I
think
mean by
what you are saying,
nested
I'm
if?
cleared. I'm cleared.
All right, let me just talk about the nested if statements. So avoid the use of nested if statements. Writing another if statement inside another if statement, it doesn't make sense. Consider the use of loops, for each loops, while loops. They make your coding process smooth, and they make it work a lot faster. All right.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much on that.
Mhm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, please, is everyone following? Ho Bari Yima, are you following? Are we following? So please feel free to type in your question. Feel free to type in your question. So now this session will be more of we just want to make it more interactive now, and it's going to be. Let me add to the show. Um, uh, Web3 experts as Mr. Sorry, I just want to make every one of us should be spotted. No, I shouldn't be there. It will be two persons. Okay, please, Mr. Datenphone, kindly open your camera, please, Mr. Datenphone. Open your camera. This would be very interactive now. We want to make it very interactive now. So we want to ask questions um, about the future of software development, and we want to ask questions about the future of Web3 and blockchain. So, Mr. Toby, please can you mention the careers now that are in the software ecosystem, that the careers that people should consider, because we have diverse careers. So, can you help us understand these careers so students can actually understand?
All right. So we have a few of them. Um, it ranges from uh, the back end development, front end. We have the front end development. We have artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Yeah, we have testing. They are we have unit testers. All they do in the software development field is to test. They test the code outcome. They test it with a lot of data. Okay, what if the user imputes this amount of information? How is the system going to handle it? We have the design team. We have UI, user interface and user experience. We have content creation. We have social media marketing is also part of it. We have project management. I hear a whole lot.
Okay,
It's huge.
okay. Thank you so much. You mentioned artificial
Yeah,
intelligence and machine learning. So, do you mean
yeah,
that artificial intelligence and machine learning is part of career within the software development area, domain? Is it a
yeah.
career?
Yes, it is. It is becoming um, a huge part of software development, and I think
Okay.
it's going to be massive in the coming years. Yeah.
What's the future of development with AI? Would AI actually take the role of writing codes?
All right. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Artificial intelligence is a system. It needs prompts, all right? It needs human interaction. If you're well familiar with the use of AI, sometimes you just want a quick response, you want a quick solution to the code you're writing. You understand that you have to prompt it. You have to prompt the artificial intelligence specifically for the solution you're looking for. So it is a myth, if you ask me. It is a myth that software development AI is going to take people's jobs. No, it won't. It will only
What
make
my
our
emphasis is, would it be writing codes?
hmm?
Sorry, my emphasis
It's
is, how
already
about the code, writing of codes? Would
yeah,
it
it's already
enhance the
writing
writing
codes.
of codes?
Yes, it does
Okay.
already. Yeah, it does, and it's writing codes. Yeah. It does.
So
It
you
does.
mean now we should rather learn about how to prompt the AI properly in order to get effective response from AI, right?
Yeah,
Like to
even yeah, you can adopt the use of AI, but you have to be flexible enough to use other platforms to look for your solutions. Now, let me tell you something that happened to me recently. My company was recently faced with the challenge of paying class marker $150 every month because they have to test people on class marker. So there was a need for us to build our own exam system. What when the assignment was given to me, I had to write algorithm. I wrote a 4-page algorithm, yeah, on how to build that platform. In cases like that, no artificial intelligence in the world is going to help you. All right. So you have to be flexible enough to read documentation sometimes. If you need a solid understanding of any system you're working on, you need to even if it's not every time, just go to their resource, to their website and read, understand. And if it's something you need you if it's if you're if you need a quick solution to something, you can go to AI. All right, you can use it. Just be flexible.
okay, I understand that a software developer can actually understand how to build Web3 applications, right?
Yes, yes, we built it
Have
now.
you? Oh, beautiful. That's really
Mhm.
beautiful. So let me use this moment to ask Mr. Datinfon. Mr. Datinfon, kindly let us know what are the different careers, because when we started, I actually inspired our viewers with a video of the different careers and the pay that some of these careers actually attract as well. So what are the different careers in Web3? Like I don't really know. Let me cite an instance like game this thing. So we have different careers in Web3, so or blockchain. Can you help list them out so people can be taking note of these areas? And please, our viewers, kindly make sure you are taking notes of everything they are discussing. This discussion is actually to inspire us and to inform us to make better decisions. Okay,
Okay,
Mr.
can you
Datinfo.
hear me?
Yes,
Can
I
you hear
can.
me? Okay,
I
so
can hear
just
you
like I
very
said,
clearly.
yeah. So just like I said earlier, whatever tech um career you will want to go to outside of the blockchain of Web3 that you're trying to, you can still render those services in the Web3 space. And I think it will even pay bigger. Yes, I would say because I compared some skills. A graphic designer, for example, might be getting maybe 50,000 naira, maybe okay, let take say in dollar, maybe $20 maybe monthly or so. When the Web3 space, the graphic designer can be getting up to like $200 every month, so even $500 every month. Which if you convert it to you know
Okay, thank you so much.
so that's just it.
Okay, thank you so much. Franklin, do you have any question? Viewers, do you have any question? Please do well to type in your question. Type in your question in the comment section. Let's address questions from our listeners. Please type in your question while we address these questions. Don't wait for us to discuss. Type in question, ask questions, be visible, make yourself visible. Remember, we are exploring the opportunities, job opportunities that are available in the Web3 space. Also exploring these are the careers, jobs available in the software ecosystem, jobs and careers available in the Web3 space. So please feel free to ask your question, type in your question, and we would make sure we answer these questions. Please, let's watch this video again. I want to ask my question from this video, especially as regarding to Web3. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So we have front end blockchain dev here, right? Front end blockchain developer in this in the earning between $140,000 for instance here. So what actually I think Mr. Toby should have this answer. Mr. Toby, what's their role
Yeah.
here as a front end blockchain dev? What's their role?
Okay. As a front end developer, is that what you're asking? Or
Yes,
front end?
front end blockchain. You can see from the screen. If you can see the screen, front end
Okay.
blockchain developer.
All right. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Okay. How do I start with? Okay. Now. Oh God. I'm so sorry. Please pardon me. Just give me a sec, please. Sorry. Okay. I hope everybody can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
All right. So, yeah, front end development. What does it entail? And what you should know quickly is that when it comes to developing platforms, all right, you have to create something that the user will interact with. All right, the front end side of the blockchain is no different from what we've been seeing on other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what you've been seeing over the years. But now the front end is interacting with a different system, which is the blockchain. All right, the blockchain is decentralized, and what uh, what the developers do is they create something that the users can use to interact with the blockchain. All right, I hope that answers your question.
Oh yes.
All right.
Because I think that role is specifically a software developer role, right?
Yes, 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 it is.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Please, what piece of advice would you offer to our viewers before we end this
All right.
segment?
Okay. Okay. What I'm going to tell everyone here is, you can do anything. All right. It's okay for you to feel low sometimes. It is okay for people to tell you you can't do that, you can't do this. It is okay for you to imagine working on a huge code base. Just know that you can do it. All right. When you need to take a break, take it. All right, but you see that feature, that thing you want to do, that code you want to write, don't change how you're going to write it. All right, don't compromise, don't hold back. You can do what a developer working in Google can do. All right, you just have to practice enough to do it.
Thank you.
All right, even
Thank
better
you
than
so
they
much
do
for
it.
that piece of advice. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Mr. Toby, for that piece of advice. Okay,
yeah.
Mr. Mr. Datinfon, what piece of advice can you offer to our listeners on blockchain?
Okay, so I would say you should have patience. Patience is very needed even for software development or any Web3, anything you want to do. You need to have patience. Give yourself time. And then I have an original quote I always say: consistency kills mediocrity. It's an original quote. If you understand what that means, it's a very deep word. consistency kills mediocrity. If you're consistent in something, you're going to daily kill you becoming a mediocre in that thing. So, and then when you go into the Web3 space, focus more at the early stage on getting knowledge and forget about the money. Because once you get the knowledge about everything, getting knowledge about, the skill, how the blockchain works, how to get jobs and everything, once you get it right, you will now be enjoying them much later. So I would say be consistent. Don't you're coming up to get to a job this thing, and then focus on pushing one skill. If you're coming to the space, you should already like plan, okay, what part am I going to be focusing on? If you want to be a software engineer, in the Web3 space, you can still focus on that and then build on that and do things that are related to that. You want to be a graphic designer. For example, a graphic designer can still also upgrade and go into UI UX too, and then get better. A video editor can still go into UI UX still and stuff like that. Can be a content creator, can be a digital marketing expert. I would
Thank
say
you
in the
so
Web3
much.
space, what so one last
You
thing,
you
sorry, one last thing. In the Web3 space, one of the biggest, parts that is easy is the marketing side, actually. That's the fastest and easiest way.
packaging.
That's it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so
Marketing,
much. Thank you so much.
the marketing sector,
Oh,
yeah.
marketing. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your piece of advice to our audience and our listeners. I believe our 3 day conference has been so impactful. We started from day one, laying the foundation on embracing STEM education, a case study of the Nigerian system, and how students can actually break the status quo in the university system. And we proceeded to the second day. We proceeded to the second day where we laid emphasis on um, the future of artificial intelligence and robotics. And now we are talking on the future of blockchain, Web3, and the future of software development. The conversations we've had so far is actually aimed to inspire our audience to actually get the right information and to also explore the opportunities that are available in these domains. The domain of software engineering, software development, domains of blockchain technology. We've heard even from our speaker, the first speaker for today, Mr. Datin Fon. We have heard what is insight on blockchain, and we know that for us to be very good in blockchain, we need to it really needs commitment from our end. And we've also heard from our second speaker for today on the future of software development, where he laid emphasis on AI and machine learning, and actually trying to those that intends to go into this domain should actually be very well grounded in TensorFlow. And he has also given us some key points that we should actually take home. And I believe this section has really been it has actually bring opportunity to a lot of people that will actually take it very serious. And we are so grateful for all our speakers, starting from the first day, second day, and today, for availing the time and ensuring they share their wealth of knowledge with every one of us. We are so also grateful to our viewers, the everyone that have joined in and streamed this session. We are so grateful. We And we want to just say a big thank you to everyone, a big thank you to our guest speakers. Thank you so much, Mr. Datinfon. Thank you so much, Mr. Pelumi. And thanks to every other speaker. We are so grateful. So we would end this session just by actually playing out a shout out to um, Codeness Solutions, which has been our partner. And also, Mr. Latin Fund is actually the CEO of GitHub Academy. So those of you that wants to join his community, you can always reach out, ask questions. If you drop it that you are interested in joining his community, just drop it on the chat. We will reach out to you. Thank you so much.
Build more than just software, we create solutions that power your success. From dynamic websites to complex applications, Codenet Solutions specializes in high-quality web development services that bring your ideas to life. Education is evolving, and so are we. Our school management system simplifies every aspect of school administration, helping schools run smoothly and teachers focus on what matters most: education. Need streamlined grading and reporting? With our result management system, keeping track of academic performance has never been easier. Parents stay informed, students stay motivated, and schools stay organized. And that's just the start. Whether it's custom software development, data analytics, automating your business processes, Codenet Solutions is here to elevate your efficiency and drive results. Transform your vision into reality. Contact Codenet Solutions today, and let's build the future together.
Okay, I have actually pasted the name of the academy, Give Up Academy. So those that wants to explore more about blockchain, wants to explore more about Web3, Give Up Academy is actually there for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for making this day a success. God bless us all. We would end the live stream now.